going back to the Austrian deal, I'm still staying in contact with my old friends, and Helmut was one, obviously a huge mentor to me and a dear, dear friend. And he and another guy, Walter Perwein, who was Leonard Stock's rep for Lake Placid. So Helmut was the tech for Clammer in 76. Perwein Walter was the tech for Leonard Stock on Kneissel, Placid, and I was a tech for Bill in 84. So the three of us, kind of those three Olympics back to back, we still stay in contact. Every month, like every Thursday, they get together and solve all the World Cup problems. I get emailed, we're solving this and that. They had Clammer's 50th birthday party or something like that last couple of years. They go to it, and Charlie Carr, who was he's like the Bill Marolda of Austrian skiing. Charlie Carr, he was the head of their deal.
Federation.
He was still talking to this day about Bill and how the Austrians loaned Bill those skis to help the U.S. market sell more skis. So it's still kind of in their psyche, right?
I love it.
So, I mean, Bill and I, when we first met, I mean, he's a very driven individual. You know, I'm going to focus on those key years.
Yeah.
Very driven, and I think he saw in me how I approached my work. That I was also very driven in my arena, right? And to kind of sum that up, the fall of 83, so the winter of 84, the year he ended up going into winning the Olympics, right?
Yep.
He meets my future wife at that time. She comes to a camp in Pitstall, Hinnertux, I don't know, some glacier in the fall, right?
Yeah.
She shows up because she's going to travel with me. I'm in the wax room, that's where I am. She's down kind of there, and Bill shows up. He goes, "Let's go." He takes her out for a walk. He says, "I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know what your mission is, but Blake is mine. I'm going to win a gold medal this year, and I don't want you getting in the way of that. Do you understand?" He was like, and she's not a weak person. She went right back at him. They had it out, and then from there they were dear friends.
Awesome.
But to give it, I mean, that was the relationship Bill and I had. I mean, he had a lot of trust in what I was doing. I had a lot of trust in his ability and where he was going in his drive, and that all the stuff that was going on around the scene, you know, with other team members or with the press, he and I never had that. I mean, we were both on a mission. I knew we were on the right path after day one. You know, I mean, we went up, you know, race day, we had still 3 pairs of skis, you know, one, I thought, and one kind of bracket either side of it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the wax room was down in Sarajevo, we had a long bus taxi ride up, and then we're up in the exposed area with wind and all, I mean, you don't know where you're going to get. You can't even, you know, we didn't have a lot of things you have today, you know, with all the data available online and stuff.
Right.
So it's,
But did you end up going with the main prep ski though? Like
I did.
So you were so more or less you were on target. You kind of you went in and you went with the game plan and it ended up.
And I felt and on top of that I felt that was absolutely the right choice.
Yeah.
And I relayed that in different ways to Bill.
Yeah.
That was not a concern for him. Like,
so
of course these are the best I should have today.
There you go.
That's what I had. That was my role, really.
And your relationship again was so strong and so professional that if you said that, he'd know you were, you weren't bullshitting.
Yeah, but it's not like it's, you know, what do you think? Take this. I mean, it's this accumulation of a lot of things that make it, you know, it's how you converse about, you know, at the start we didn't talk about the race. We talked about, I think, different bands or different chicks, and you know,
yeah.
I mean, the prep work had already been done. We couldn't change it at that point. I think Wengen victory was pretty awesome. You know, that was my memory. I have 2 funny things. I mean, Wengen, it snowed. I don't remember some of the details, but Bill goes down. He's kicking ass up to one point, and there's this long section where they didn't have TV coverage at the time, and they go, and I think it was Werner Griezmann was on, like the commentator going, yeah, he was really good on top and blah blah blah, but this is this long flat section. He's got an American tech, and there's no way he's gonna. And Bill was like 2 seconds ahead at that time. And then he crashed. He almost crashed later on.
Yeah, he went like down to the last final 3 turns. I think he.
So he lost some time there, but they were saying that there's no chance he's going to still be fast by the time he comes back into vision, right?
Yeah.
And he was almost 2 seconds ahead then. There's this long. He just stopped everybody talking. So that was a pretty cool memory.